Howley. I might have forgotten to boot up stuff. Ah. I am not used to playing on a Thursday. I typically don't stream. Why is this game not showing? Excuse me. There we go. Howley. I hope you guys are doing good. Congratulations, Dusty, for getting first, and Flicker for getting second, and Rehab for getting third. Hell yeah. Let's go. So we are playing this game because it has been way too long since I have played this game. Just because I don't know, I haven't really been in the mood to stream after Dusty. I haven't really been in the mood to stream after my evening meetings. Also, and I am sorry for the people who have ads. If you're on Firefox, do the player and player. I've heard that's a way to kind of work around it. Okay. It's gonna take me a little bit to get back in. Oh my god, why is it loud? But happy Thursday, y'all. Let's see. My last stream was like last week, doing a Shipwrecked, which plan on streaming that tomorrow, and hopefully I can finish it if all goes right. So, I also have a new emote. I want to show this off because, like, I'm very proud of it. Wait, I should just do one. Aha! I'm very proud of it. Okay. Any idea on this Android sideloading thing? The emote is super sick. Oh, I've heard about that. That they're essentially gonna... I don't know if my updates did it yet, but they're trying to make it to where you can't download apps. Like, you can't download apps through a different non-Google Play Store thing, which is like so stupid. It's so silly. Why are you scared? That's the whole... Exactly! It's the whole point. It's the whole point of Android is to be better than Apple. And Apple tried to get rid of that. And they got into a lawsuit. well, Google sucks ass anyways. Yeah, and it's like, it's so stupid. It's so, I, if they make it to where you cannot download apps except through the Play Store, um, that's so dumb. I just might get a dumb phone and not have a smartphone anymore. But that's not possible. Um, yeah, no, like, I'm gonna guess that they're gonna end up getting a lawsuit that is like, hey, you can't do that. You can't enforce a monopoly, essentially. Yeah. I done approved my phone. Is that not gonna work anymore? Yeah, exactly. Europe will take care of that. If Android tries to do stuff, yeah. Uh-huh. I feel like I don't know if any of you guys have watched the TV show The Bad Place, but I feel like this is the bad place. This is the fucked up timeline. Um like just something happened and we're on like a shitty road when it comes to like politics and just the ongoings of the world. I think it was 9/11, guys. Oh my god. But yeah, no, like I will not be happy. Like, and like really the only two options for phones are either it has an iOS for smartphones, that is. It's either iOS or it is Android. Like those are really, and then you have some other custom OSs I know that like give you another option and stuff, but like those don't work on all phones. So, but I don't do enough things. Yeah. It's more so like the principle of the thing. Yeah. Where it's like, damn, Android was supposed to be like the quote unquote super customizable phone. You can sideload apps easily using an APK file. Uh, yeah. But so most popular apps and stuff don't work on those other. Oh, yeah. Last I looked into human reviews, every app that goes into onto the app store before they reset. I can appreciate that. Yeah. Like there's no issue with if you want to use just a single app store, go right ahead. But if the company, exactly, like Dusty, you are right on the money. Where it's like, okay, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised though if Microsoft or Windows ended up going that way. I'm not super happy with how they're handling Windows 11 stuff. Um, but I like it's a worst case scenario. Companies just trying to monopolize their platforms. Um, yeah. Windows would die absolutely so quickly. I mean, there's already people who are like, yeah, I don't want to upgrade to 11. It has AI stuff in it. And they're expecting me to either go through a different way to install it if my computer doesn't have, what is it, the TPM? My motherboard doesn't have TPM. Um, and so they're like, I'm gonna just switch to Linux because Linux, while yes, there is its quirks, there's like, it some Linux flavors have a steep learning curve. it really could be it is a better Windows, I think. It's a better operating system. Shit tends to run a lot better. Um but yeah, like it's not a mainstream OS. Windows is the mainstream OS. I don't see that changing within like the next 5 years, but who knows? Maybe Windows does absolutely. But that's the thing. Linux, you can get one where it's just you install it and it just works. Linux Mint, or what is it? Mint Ubuntu Mint is one of those where it's easy to set up. You have a little app store thing. Um, it works right out of the box because it has this company. If I remember, Ubuntu is backed by Oracle, maybe? I don't remember, but it I if if computers offered Linux as like an operating system rather than the default to Windows, I could see people using it like on the daily. Because you can do a daily driver. Run it as a daily driver. But I enjoyed Linux. I need to get more storage for my current computer so I can switch over to Linux in a safe way, because right now I only have one storage solution. So if shit goes bad, then I could work my computer, and I don't want to do that. I'd want another storage and everything. I don't know coding and stuff for that. So like for Linux doesn't certain most I would say most of Linux's whatchamadinkabab most Linux distros do not require the average user to know programming. You don't have to use the command prompt on most Linux distros. Yeah, exactly. I like that's the issue. Is there is where you can have super complex setups and everything, but you can have one where it's just it works right out the box. You can install your apps and stuff not through the command line, through the distro's like special little app store essentially. Um so I more people should try Linux. I it it can be intimidating, but like it's not as intimidating as probably people think. Um yeah, like it can just be a normal operating system, and it's kind of like with Android where you could just, not customize it and whatnot, just kind of treat it as a normal operating system. Like if you're coming from Windows, you could set it up to where the taskbar is on the bottom, where it goes across the entire screen, to where it looks similar to Windows. Um, and you could get fancy and learn command prompt and learn how to do shit through the command prompt, but you don't have to. Um, I'm sorry, like if I'm ranting too much about Linux, please let me know. I know I'm not playing the game right now, but like this is a thing I like. If any of you guys want to try Linux, I would be more than happy to help you like figure out how to get it on your machine, or like even just get it onto a flash drive so you can see how you like it. So, because and like there's a flavor of Linux for everyone. I truly believe that. Um like there's a Linux for people who are not super tech inclined. You can get a Linux. Like I would say Mint, Monjaro. No, maybe not Monjaro. Because I don't remember if it has an app store or not. But Mint for sure would be a good like starter Linux, like beginner, like, oh, I'm not super technical. Like, yeah. Like the Linux OS I'm using, it requires some knowledge of just being able to read documentation. It's called Nix OS. That's like kind of a more, if you're a Linux enthusiast, I would not recommend it for someone who's like a newbie to Linux. I just want to use a PC where I don't have to log into something every 5 seconds. Are you okay? Are you using like Windows? Are you having to log in constantly to stuff? Cause like you can turn it off to where if you don't want to put in your password, okay, that's, huh. I know I don't have to log into stuff constantly. Like for say Steam, Discord, it's already like logged in. Uh yeah. So, I know there are also Windows 11 tries to force you to use a Microsoft account, which is like, I don't like that. You shouldn't have to connect to an online service to just simply use your PC. Like, if you want to be completely offline, that that is completely valid. Um, I kind of, is it bad? I kind of want to just be like, hey, if you're a beginner and you want to test Linux, here are some distros to try out. And if you're currently on a Windows machine and you have a spare USB, you can use something called Rufus. You install the ISO, and it makes it where you can test out Linux. You just have to know how to enter your boot screen, which is typically, like, for most systems, F11, F10, I want to say. Yeah, but every website want you to make an account every game launch, the game itself, and then 2 times for your phone. Even Google keeps pushing you to log in if you're not. Yeah. Um, Yeah, like when it comes to having to log in constantly, I feel your pain. Like having to make accounts for websites constantly is super annoying. Like, damn. Um, and yeah, like I guess I'm kind of used to it because I use a password manager that I have to log into like pretty much anytime I boot up my computer. It'll just unlock or lock itself because security stuff. But yeah, I'm not the best person to know how to like minimize having to log in constantly to stuff because that's just the company set it up that way. Um, and if you're playing online games, uh, if it's not through Steam, like if say I think I played a little bit of Final Fantasy. I don't remember if you have to log in each time or not. I know for Warframe you can set it up to where you log in through Steam. Yeah. Yeah. Microsoft, Google, absolutely terrible with it. Yeah. I do not remember what I was trying to do. Oh, right, okay. So I already got those. Gone to find work. Did I already buy all the stuff I could buy? Sorry I'm here. I need to go get myself cleaned up from work. Have a good shower and everything. Scrap allowance. Where are my months? You were trying to do this thing called being cute. Dusty. Crap. I'm like, what do I do? Oh, wait, the day's over. I can't do anything unless it is, like, buying stuff. Which... I'll just end the day. Where's my... Aha, my repaired unit. So I don't need stabilizer, that's that up there. Oh, I could try using... Nice. So that improved this up here. Reject Reject modernity. Revert to pigeons and letters. Yes. Who needs SMS? Who needs text messaging apps that aren't even actually encrypted? Yeah, small village commune and not become a cult. Because, like, I have seen where people create a commune, and for whatever reason, it just turns into a cult, and it's like, no! It's just supposed to be a cozy community of people, of friends and family. Cult? No, I don't want a cult. I don't want to be a cult leader. No. Except if I'm playing a game called Cult of the Lamb. Definitely not a ploy to monetize my penmanship. Yeah, with your cool-ass fountain pens. Oh, I wanna free the gato. Yeah, this apartment, this house has, a cat. That's No! That's kind of interesting to think about it, though. Like, if you have a mass following on, say, Twitch, does that make you a cult leader of sorts? Or are you just, you know, a influential person? You know? Oh. I should probably get some sustenance. This is gonna be a bit before I can get food from there. If I go here, I believe I can get some food. Nice. Got some stuff. Apparently my personality type fits that of a cult leader. The only cult I wouldn't mind joining is one about praising cats. Yeah. I feel you on that. That's funny. How does one know if their personality type makes a good cult leader? You know? Like... Yeah. So I already did that. Grow mushrooms. Oh, I also have the eye I can do. Right? No. So that's Havanage. You know how there's those systems that divide your personality into groups? Oh, like the, what is it? INJF, the... Damn it, I can't remember the exact name off the top of my head. But I, like, vaguely remember that. One of those. Yeah. Okay. So it's just, like, on there, it's like, oh, yeah. Oh. Like, oh, yeah. You would totally be a good cult leader. Like, that's kind of, like, funny in my eyes. Clear the Avery. I think that's here. So when are you starting a cult? Never. Well, yeah, never. Because whenever you follow me, you just join Nimbus City. Hit me up if it's about cats. I will. Will do. Who's... uh-huh. Avery. Okay. Clear overgrowth. But I don't really care to be, like, farming. Yeah, that's the Floatzilla. I mean, I guess it wouldn't hurt to spend my actions on this. Because, like, I'm just kind of waiting for stuff to happen. Man. I'm debating. So, my city is having, like, a comic festival, and I could go to it, but one, it'd be busy. Two, I don't know what the weather's gonna be like. Three, there's a movie night, a VR chat movie night, and if I don't leave early, I would miss it. And it's like, ugh. Have a good shower, bye, hi. Wow. Nice. 94 hours. God damn. I'm curious, like, how long... Like... Man. That's still, like... crazy. Oh! There's no answer when you buzz Lim's unit, but the door's open. Most of that will be asleep, though. True, but, like, that's fine. I guess I have a calming enough voice. And then I typically, like, try to raid out to people. There's no answer when you buzz Lim's unit, but the door is open. You push the door and find Mina, sitting in the middle of the floor, playing with Bun Bun. Hi, Mina. Hi, robot, says Mina sullenly, waving Bun Bun paws without looking up. Where's Daddy? Mina doesn't respond. She walks Bun Bun across the floor, narrating quietly to herself. You look across the unit, it's a mess. Dishes and glasses on the side. Some of Mina's clothes piled up in a corner. Mina sitting by her bag, which is spilled out across the floor. Her drawing slate cracked and dark. Oh no! You start with the kitchen units, piling up the dishes in the auto wash, and wiping them down. You pile the clothes up next, folding them neatly. Mina watches you quietly as she plays, curious but silent. You just started to look at fixing her cracked slate when Lim enters. Oh, I don't remember the voice I gave this guy. Sleeper, what are you? He pauses and looks from you to Mina and back again. Never mind. He drops a bag by the door and slumps onto the couch. Everything okay? But thank you, Dusty, for those kind words. I'm glad I got, like, a good voice to listen to. Lim lets out a weak laugh. You forgot the past few cycles now, too? Wish I was so lucky. He looks away from the open door. Look, now's not a good time. What happened? What happened? We messed up. That's what happened. We put our hopes in someone else's stupid scheme. He pitches the bridge of his nose. You understand they'll never even let us on the list, right? I've been all around the rim looking for work, and I've run into more than a few from the cruise. Turns out only longtime Haven Age members were issued those Cellus ID numbers. They were never planned to consider us. Haven Age says they didn't know that was what they were gonna use to make the draw, and who knows, maybe Cellus pulled the wool over their eyes. But what does it matter? All those hours in the yards for a hand-to-mouth wage and nothing else? He slams his hand down on the sofa. That can't be it. Well, it is. He looks at the open door again. They're moving the side rail up the hub now, you know, he says without meeting your eyes. That's where I'll depart from. They are bringing in a ship with all their cryo-sleep pioneers and transferring them up there in microgravity before loading the crew. We could sneak aboard. You think they're gonna just let people on board? The security they'll have has to be impossible. He looks over at Mina. Look, we'll be fine. We always have been. I just need a little time, he sighs. We had our hearts set on that trip, is all. Mina comes over and climbs onto his lap. He smiles. What if I got you on board? I missed you these past few cycles. I miss that optimism. Lem strokes Mina's hair. Look, you want to go up to the hub and ask around? Be my guest. I can't get up there with Mina down here. And I'm sure the side reel will bring in a crowd, but be careful. This kind of thing always attracts scammers and thieves. You find any way on board, you take it. You need help to get there? Ask me. But for now, me and Meanie Hair are sticking to the eye. She looks up at him and smiles. I'll find a way. For us all. Lem smiles but doesn't say anything. You stand to leave and Mina grabs your hands, eager to give you one more smile. Then you're out, back into the walkways of the low end, already thinking of plans to make this right. Yeah. I remember what happened now. Like, we were gonna try and get a ticket. Shit happened. Crowd got really rambunctious, and we're like, nah, let's get the fuck out of here. So, up the hub. That means... would it be up here? I'm gonna guess it's probably up here. Spoke climber. Well, let's try. Or I guess we could do here. I don't know if I want to do that. Patrol the ward. Some energy. My food. My food will be ready next cycle, so we will simply Oh, this is the hub. Oh. Okay, well, we gotta pass the day. We'll get our food. Which, like, I'm... We're starving. Yay. I guess we should probably use the stabilizer. Enfys was preparing the gorilla caps. He has had to heavily adapt this recipe, he says, but the smell's already incredible. It emanates from a strange purplish white bulb you have never seen before, and he's slicing it finely. He brushes and slices the mushrooms and then places them in the wok with the sliced bulb and the oil. They caramelize there in that well-worn crucible. He adds liquids, transparent, opaque, and turns down the heat. A sprinkle of leaves is the final touch. We have a moment, Sleeper, he smiles. Do you have a story? Something in the scent of the food gives you a feeling of nostalgia. Something distant and melancholic. It seems like the story should match that feeling somehow, and maybe you'll feel better for telling it. Recall your oldest memories. You start by explaining that when you're emulated from a person, many of your memories are left behind. Perhaps it is an intentional part of the process, a way of keeping sleepers ignorant and malleable, or perhaps it is a side effect of the imperfect emulation. You admit you don't really know. What you do know is that some memories survive, and that on occasion, they come back to you, like shadows passing overhead. You detail one reoccurring memory, which, despite returning to you with enough regularity for you to think it's familiar, always fades as quickly as it arrives. You struggle to explain the feeling of being whole for a moment that comes with this memory, and then how that wholeness slips away to leave you feeling like you have forgotten something important, but just can't bring it to mind. Enfys nods throughout, cooking as he does with deft and skillful movements. You start to trail off when you realize you can't find the words to explain how the memories you do have feel like both yours and someone else's at the same time, and how that always fills you with a certain sadness. The sadness of remaining forever unknown, even to yourself. Enfys finishes cooking and meets your eye. I'm sorry, Sleeper, for your troubles. He puts the wok to one side. I appreciate you sharing with me. He smiles. I hope it lightens you a little. He passes you a bowl and heaps the grills into it, their yellow color mixing with the pale sauce and the whorls and blooms. Eat. The dish is delicious, filling you. It warms you as you eat in a way you weren't even sure your body could be warmed. It is a small mercy, you think, that SNR left you this pleasure. Many of the features of frames are there to simulate human experience. You know that much. Emulated minds cannot be rewired, so their need for embodied experience must be met. That is why you breathe even when you do not need air. Without that simulation, the sensation of drowning would be unbearable. Food serves another process. Your frame is able to metabolize it to produce energy from the raw material. Vitamins and minerals are excess, of course. Your frame only needs raw power. So much is wasted. And yet, while you eat this food and feel that warmth, nothing feels wasted. It all means something to you. As you finish, Emphas takes the bowl, the last of his cleaning. He smiles at you, and neither of you feel the need to say anything more. Instead, you simply exchange nods and walk your separate ways back into the bright market, somehow changed. Oh. Masuki caps. Well, I think I want to do some of this hub. We're gonna steal a shipment. So, we got just some random stuff. Okay. So... yeah. Come on! Please! Damn, we lost some energy. That's okay. Let's get some rest. I'm kind of excited for the next visual novel I'm gonna play after this. It's called Meta Horror Therapy Session. And well, I guess this is technically a visual novel, but like, it doesn't entirely feel like one. Sleeps you. Hunks you. Okay. Flicker. Wait, did I miss you explaining what this is, Rip? Oh, so this game... No, I was talking about the next visual novel I'm gonna play after this, and I was just like, this is sort of a visual novel, but like, it's got a lot of role-playing aspects, like with the tabletop role-playing aspects. Like with the dice and everything. Yeah. Have you played Cultist Simulator yet? this is reminding me of that slightly. No, I haven't. I don't think I have the game. So I'd have to get the game first. Ah, damn it. Okay, so it's all the way. This time you meet inside Rava's office, although now that you've seen it, office seems like the wrong term. You find her stood in almost bare, shadowy unit midway through a sequence of stretches. There are 2 low stools and a terminal in the corner, but it seems that most of the space is taken up by a heavy punching bag, rubber matting, and a stack of weights. What? Why are you... What? What? And then you find her stood in an almost bare, shadowy unit. Oh my god. Oh my god. I mean... Shoes. Yeah, exactly. When Rava turns to greet you, you realize she's missing an arm. The prosthetic she usually wears is set in a cradle near the terminal, a web of colored wires running to it. Updates, she says, noticing you looking where her artificial arm usually is. Nothing to worry yourself with. Of course. Sit, says Rava, gesturing to the 2 diminutive stools. You both settle on the stools, Rava crossing her legs on top and sitting straight backed. Gia told me you've been doing the rounds, collecting tithes, patrolling the ward. She smiles. Some of the enforcers are impressed, and I hear you handled a few difficult circumstances. Nicely done. I wanted to see for myself. She raises an eyebrow. See what for yourself? How a gang operates. Rava sighs. Then you have learned nothing, despite all that time spent among us. She closes her eyes for a moment. Sleeper, I do not wish to make an enemy of you. You have helped our cause already. Whatever your motivations, why do you resist us? I know that for you, life on the Eye has been a struggle. We have not been part of that. Though some of our members may not see it this way, I know you too are a refugee. She looks at you solemnly. That is why you have come to us. Oh shit! It's Sabin! Enough, Rava. Sabin's voice cuts through the conversation. I am tired of listening to your affected nobility. They cross the room, Rava's baton in their hand, the end lit with sparking electricity. Rava looks between the 2 of you. I suppose this ambush was another cooperation between you 2? She looks strangely unfazed. I don't know what the fuck is happening. I'm gonna just stay silent. Sabin pauses, thrown off by your silence. Rava takes this opportunity to act. She leaps from the stool and, feigning past Sabin, grabs the baton and twists it inward. She is by far the stronger and pushes Sabin to their knees, plunging the crackling end of the baton towards their chest. They freeze there, Sabin struggling to keep the crackling baton from their skin. Stop! Then you support them? Robin asks you, their eyes not leaving Sabin. Your loyalties are so easily swayed. I thought you were more than Yannick's attack dog, Robin. Sabin spits back. Aren't you not able to think for yourself? Rava holds the baton strong, and for a moment you think she's about to hammer it down into Sabin's chest, but after a painful wait, she throws Sabin down instead. then swings the baton in her hand, thumbing a switch and shutting it in a single move. Robin, explain. They both look at you, each still catching their breath as if they have forgotten about your presence. Explain what? How the moment I call my enforcements will come down here and take them away? Robin cracks her neck. You're lucky I didn't kill you. I would have had every right. Every right. The anger of release of tension more than a threat. Sabin lifts himself, twirls your... What? Damn it, I can't say these things. What are you gonna say, Flicker, huh? Huh? Robin gives them some space. Sabin lifts himself up, bruised from the fall. They roll onto their side and cough. Robin gives them some space, sitting back on the stool. Robin props himself up, or Sabin. Okay. Props himself up on their elbows and fixes Robin with a hard stare. Do you have something to say? Robin taunts. Say it. This is your final opportunity, because after this, there's no coming back. What's the point? Sabin breathes heavily. She refuses to listen to the criticism of the great Yatagan project. Raba collects herself. Speak. She folds her arms and waits to be convinced. Sabin takes another breath, organizing their thoughts. They go to start, pause, then decide on another approach. Eventually they say it. Yannick is a traitor. Robin immediately flinches, her eyes going to her prosthetic arm, her muscles clenching, but she writes it out, more eager to prove Sabin wrong than she is to hurt them, at least for now. Are you dropping frames, by the way? Maybe? Oh, yeah, it does seem like I have dropped a couple frames. Damn. It might be because someone in my household is streaming as well. Here, I'm gonna just remove the Twitch. Well, it doesn't say wait, does it say cheddar? Whoops. Okay, no fishing. I don't know if the drop frames are a network thing. Cheddar's you. When I came here from SNARP, they glance at you, gauging your reaction. Just makes more cheeses. Yeah. It was Yannick who was one of the first to support me, to look after me. I should have known then, but I was naive and afraid. Sabin turns to you. Sleeper. They take a breath. I know that I should have told you I worked for SNR long ago, but I thought you would abandon me, and you are my final friends. What you should know is I left SNR because I was running for my life. I leaked documents on the Sleeper program, on the illegal and immoral practices it relied on, to the press. SNR wanted me dead, and I fled as far as I could to this refuge at the edge of the surrogate system. Sabin stops to collect himself. What does that have to do with Yannick? Raba interrupts. The Sleeper knows you're SNR. I told them. And while you hide beneath the cover of being a whistleblower, you and I both know you worked on the Sleeper program. Yannick told me as much. Sabin's face falls. It is true. They glance at you, then away ashamed. They lift their head, but it is Yannick, not me, who's in the pocket of SNARP. Robin flinches again. I can prove it. He made some kind of deal to keep me here, to tie me up in debt, to lock me away. In exchange, Raba slams her hand on the desk. Just tell us, for God's sake. In exchange for those. Sabin finishes, nodding towards Raba's prosthetic arm in its cradle. He has been using Yatagan enforcers using you as test subjects for SNARP technology. I have the data to prove it. He has been bringing them in under the guise of stolen shipments and having me fit them, knowing each one is capturing data and sending it back to its makers. Raba's fixed expression has started to fade. Sabin produces a slate. It's all here. Thousands of hours of usage data, failure rates, error dumps. These are untested implants, Raba. They could short out, fail, cause cascading failures across a person's body. And they have. Sabin suddenly looks incredibly tired. I thought the error rate in the units was down to them being stolen or modified. I've tried to fix hundreds of not all of them. They stop, unable to continue. Oh, that's gonna start in about 5 minutes or so. Raba closes her eyes and breathes in. Then she opens them again and holds out a hand to Sabin. Show me, she says. Later, much later when you leave, Sabin is still taking Robin through the manifest and usage data. Both of them crowded around the terminal as Sabin leads Robin through each layer of Yannick's portrayal. As you leave, Sabin catches your eye and something passes between you two. Something like thank you or a sorry or some other expression that communicates both sadness and hope. Wait. Oh, this drive. Okay. We have an upgrade! Upgrade, people! Upgrade! I guess I could... do that? What exactly? Because, damn, story is unfolding. Oh, excuse me. What are they planning? So I could try and gather mushrooms. Or I could work this. I feel like working this will be oops, important. Or, oh fuck, did the wrong thing. But that's okay. The hub is what I'm like, ah yeah. But probably also doing this would be, oh, import export. Oh. What? Oh, that's the... Okay. Well, so this is a way to make some munds. That's good to know. Let's go back to our apartment. And in the cycle. We hunger bunger. Okay. So, I think if we do one more of this... we'll get this all finished. Ah, the central hub! Yo, there's more stuff to explore! Oh my god, this looks so fucking cool. The hub, mainframe, and the dock. Access mainframe. A1 mainframe is now mostly disused. Haven AH having set up their own master controllers. Navigator thinks Killer is hiding there. We're hacking the mainframe, y'all. You slot Navigator and the clamps lock. The ship mine is stuck. How are you gonna get them out of this thing? You slip into the cloud as easily as blinking. Navigator is beside you, their spirit casting light into the strange darkness here. This is not how a mainframe should look. A center, a point of connection. The object in front of you is severed, cut off, a rootless, branchless tree. Only the trunk remains. It's dead. Quiet! Navigator hisses, and then you see it, like a blade in the dark, an edge slicing through the void. It glides along at a distance and winks out, then appears again, elsewhere, gliding once more, searching. It's looking for us. Whoa! The moment you make a sound, the edge leaps closer, and you see now it is not an edge, but a ridge of a long, sharp head, like a shark. Yo. I'm going to need to draw Killer at some point. Which, I don't remember if I have the art book for this game or not. It glides past, closer now, and you see into the void where its eyes should be. You and Navigator exchange looks, both thinking the same thing. It is blind. Killer crosses between you two, smooth as a razor, then disappears. It flickers back in, further away now, and you move close to Navigator to talk. You saw it too, then. Killer has been blinded. Unclear. This protocol has been running for decades, well past its operational limit. Navigator's sons stall as they drop their voice to a whisper. This may give us an advantage over the protocol. You flinch as the silent killer appears closer and glides past you, its empty sockets open wide. You turn to Navigator and notice something strange. Their orrery of spears is collapsing. The orbits, usually round and even, are decaying. The spears are following spiral paths, condensing on a central point. Navigator is noticing it too. They go to shift their position to better direct the spears, but they cannot. Whatever's drawing the orrery together is holding them in place. They look at you, suddenly desperate, frantic. It's a trap! You two to speak, but Killer appears between the two of you, gliding through the gap. Navigator freezes. You see them framed in the empty socket. You realize now, if Navigator cannot move, then it's only a matter of time before one of Killer's sweeps bring them directly through Navigator, and time is not a problem for a protocol that's been running for decades. You look desperately around for a situation, for a way to extract Navigator from the mainframe. Then you see it. 3 branches, the last 3, thin and spindly, feeding the mainframe a thin diet of power and data. Break these, and the mainframe collapses once and for all. Severing the connection, shattering the hardware, whatever it takes, they must be broken. But they are encased in something, a glassy layer of protection. You'll need to unlock access before snapping them from the mainframe for good. You look at Navigator, trying to reassure them without speaking, then you blink back to reality, their expression of fear an after image that slowly fades. You must act quickly. Oh shit. Mainframe branch. Fuck. I don't have encrypted keys. Okay, there's one. There's two. The cloud. In the data, ghost of the eye. A glint, like a light traveling along the edge of a wave, fills your eyes. Then the blade follows. A long head with two dead sockets slipping towards you in silence. You freeze, hoping it'll pass by you, hoping it will not simply slice through you like air. The blade nears, slides past you, almost. It nicks you, grazes you. You're desperate to cry out, to call out, but you hold your silence and simply watch the blind eyes of the killer glide past, empty of all thoughts. Then the blade winks into the dark and you're alone again. Now you cry out. Yes! We got the encrypted key. Now we go out to... Nope. Wrong thing. We got the branch. Data, encrypted key. Nice. Oh, excuse me. Branch has been unlocked. Okay. That's the hub. Okay. Scout the dock. Okay. And then the hub. Spacer socialization. Access. Huh. Alright, well, let's go back down. Take a sleep, and then deal with killer. We're fucking killing killer. We could do self-repair. Ooh, okay. Wait, no, wrong way. We want to go up here. Ascend. Then mainframe. Okay. Killer's dead. As you blink into the cloud, you see the last flickers of life from the mainframe. This vast machine once ran the whole station, span it up, directed and processed the flow of energy, water, and data. Fed the lives of thousands of people. Now it is finally dead. Navigator is beside you, and you both watch as branches flash and twist like forked lightning until they recede and fade. Killer flickers across the scene, blindly flailing as the system breaks down. They thrash as they blink in and out all around, parts of them disappearing with each return, until only the blade-like head remains, and then that, too, is broken. It all goes dark. Erlin's eye. I am not the killer! I am not a killer! I killed the killer! Haha! I know I could have trapped in like a loop and everything, but it's like, nah, fuck this. It scratched me. Erlin's eye is now without a center, and yet it is unmoved by the change. Along the room, the master control points that Erlin, that Haven Age, that Hypa installed, run strong and steady, puppeteering the station from its periphery. This was a long time coming, says Navigator, drifting faintly around you in a lazy orbit, as if to shake off their imprisonment. Killer had been wandering blind for so long. This place was their domain and prison, and they had followed their directives for many decades. They roamed here. They cut the threads of a mainframe, executed its administrator AIs, and then kept slicing. At some point, they cut away their own ability to see, to sense, to taste, to speak. And yet, they kept cutting, until only those 3 threads remained, from millions that once thrummed here. Only their blindness and chance kept them from making those final 3 fatal cuts. There is a ceaseless violence in the kind of system that creates beings like this. Those that will execute commands endlessly, even to their own destructions. It is good you ended it here. You watch the data points of the station spin around you, blending with the fixed stars. There is something satisfying about finally wrenching the last threads of control from the central point. It was little more than a ghost by the time you reached it, but this place deserved to be haunted by better ideas than a totalizing system of control. The Navigator floats beside you. It is free now. The station no longer presents a hazard for illegal entities like me. They turn to you, their face a cloud of shimmering light. In fact, in time, perhaps it can be a refuge. A refuge. That sounds like something of value, something worth building. A dark shape passes across your vision, a distant curve of something like smoke or oil, a fluid, shifting tank of total darkness. The Greenway, says Navigator, following your line of sight. It was cut off at the moment of the collapse, so hunter or killer could never reach it. Now it is closed off to us, separated from the cloud. Is it dead? It may be totally dark, or perhaps there are some other old protocols are isolated there. Navigator turns to you, and we have now seen what decades of isolation can do to a protocol. Clouds you. If we could extract an access cipher, they pause then blink out of existence. You freeze, shocked. But a moment later, they reappear with a glowing polygon of data. Here, the cipher you need. You take it. still shocked. I am not used to being free, to being able to move and explore and extract without fear, without limits. Navigator does a little twirl. This will take some getting used to. Gonna take my meds, Burb. Yeah. Wait, I should probably take my last couple of meds for the night. If you guys have meds you need to leg extensions. Okay, I'll take my meds and do those 5 leg extensions. God damn it, this is always hard to pop out. Come on. There we go. Cheese. Thank you for the cheese. Man, this is a 4-day weekend. Okay, we gotta do, what's your favorite? My favorite type of cheese would have to be sharp cheddar, but I really love Havarti as well. I don't know. I fucking love cheese. So it's hard to choose one. I don't like blue cheese. It upsets my stomach. Like, I really love cheese. I have family in Wisconsin, and so like, yeah, exactly. Havarti is honestly the best cheese for grilled cheeses. Not that I think that med even does much. Cheese curds, yeah. I fucking love cheese curds. You know cheese curds are fresh if they squeak. Also, leg extensions. I'm gonna just lift my leg. Oh my god. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Other one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I made grilled cheese with Gouda. That shit was creamy. Oh, fuck yeah. Was it a Gouda? Thank you for this gift. They whirl their spears around you. The entities of this station will always be friends to you, Sleeper. And I to them. Was it what? Was it Gouda? It was just grocery store Gouda. Yeah, that grocery store Gouda is still good. It is true that mutual need is required for friendship, but I must admit that I had not considered the value of offering assistance without personal gain. I will think on that. Navigator loops around you rapidly, suddenly eager to test their newfound freedom. But first, I will explore. Perhaps there are still intelligences that hid themselves as I did, encased in simple systems cut off. Navigator glows. I should like to free them. And with that, they drift away, flickering, glowing, then shifting so rapidly you lose sight of them among the glittering rim of the eye. You feel a pang of jealousy, free without a body to weigh you down, or fear to limit you. How must it feel? Your eyes fall on the greenway. What? Doing what? Drifts away, flickering, glowing, then shifting so rapidly. Oh, I should probably explain. So this is like a weird, like, neural net sort of technology cloud thing. So there's not actual bodies. Yeah. Hi. Your eyes fall on the greenway and its secrets. Though perhaps that can wait until after you have celebrated this victory. I got an upgrade point! Let's fucking go! Well, in order to get this, I gotta hold on to my points, so... Also, delay seems to be piling up a little. Ah, damn it! Fucking... Oh, flicker. Yeah, I don't know why the drop frames are happening so much. Damn it. So it's something to do... Video... Output... Stream... Yeah... I did not mean to open up Firefox. I also have a stream running in the background, so maybe... Oh yeah, no, the bitrate is shitting itself. God damn it. Ah, I don't want to end stream. Well, we got like 30 more minutes anyways. So hopefully it's not that bad. Sign real doc. Big stretch. And would hydrate. Thank you. Thank you, rehab. That is much appreciated. Away aboard. Oh. Castor. Quite the achievement, isn't she? Sentry Celis must be proud. You turn quickly to see a figure, hooded and tucked into the shadows near the viewing platform. Do I know you? Sadly, no, but I know you. Or at least I have seen you passing through the low end. You shouldn't rush through so much. The low end's pleasures tend to reward the wanderer. He looks around, but the platform is clear. We should be quick in our conversation, but I don't wish to unsettle you. I deal in data, and I believe you might have need of some. Castor walks out to stand beside you on the platform. The telltale clunk of magnetic boots accompanies his slow crossing. He notices you looking at them. I don't like it up here, he explains. I hear there was some trouble at the Havenade shipyard when they announced the results of the crew lottery. I was there. I know, he sighs, meeting your eyes. In ugly business, Celis are too used to the way things work in the core. Exploitation is the only logic they know. He gestures out at the side reel. You know why they built this monstrosity on the Eye? Control. Certainly, but there's no corporate oversight out here. But that's not all. He stares at the pristine yellow hull. Celsus built it here, says Castor gravely, because they didn't want anyone to know it exists. He rubs his forehead, and secrecy is something I cannot abide. He turns to face you. There are people being loaded onto that ship as we speak. Sleeping people, locked in cryo-sleep like the person you were emulated from. There are hundreds of them, and Celsus wants to send them out to a planet at the edge of the settled systems without anyone knowing where it is. But you, Sleeper, can do something about that. You're like me. You deal with data. You can read it right out of the air. With someone like you on that isn't a problem. You can ping back whatever I need, whenever I need it, as long as you are on board. With you on the side reel and with some minor modifications, he pauses. You can be my eyes and ears. I will keep track of Cella's grand project through you. In short, says Castor, stretching, I can get you aboard, Sleeper, but I'm gonna need you to help me. Who are you? I am a concerned party. Someone who likes to know what is happening when it's happening, not afterward. It's not just me. Yes. Your friend Lem, that can be arranged. It is difficult but not impossible. The condition is, of course, that you go too. Castor chunks closer to the window, watching the tugs wheeling the side reel around the side wheel. It's a simple offer, and the only one that will get you on that ship. Please consider it. He turns back, silhouetted against the ship. But to make it happen, I need your assistance. As I said, there's a Celsius Foundation ship docked in the now empty shipyard. I need the data from its servers. This will allow me to produce the IDs necessary for your transit. Castor looks over his glasses at you. Celsius aren't stupid enough, though. Their ship is totally isolated from the station. You'll need to get on board if you want access to their air-walled servers. Once you have the data, meet me at your friend's unit so we can give him the good news. He smiles. I noticed it is important to you and the little one. So cute. You don't extract the data before Side Rail Horizon leaves the hub, then I'll get the message. We have other options, but you are certainly my preferred one. But be sure when you act, Sleeper. Once you take the data from Celsius, you'll set off a series of events that'll likely be hard for you to untangle yourself from. Either way, I recommend you stop asking around up here. You're bringing a lot of attention to yourself. Castor glances around, asked if to emphasize his point. There are only a few cycles until departure, Sleeper. Make your decision. With that, Castor marches back off the platform, the sound of his mag boots fading away, leaving you to contemplate the side rail horizon and the part it may play in your future. Oh shit. So, this is definitely an ending. Question is, though, am I ready for that? I only have... God damn it, I should have checked. I think I am gonna do... I promised Lim I would find a way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. God damn it, now I just wanna, like, keep playing this game until I finish it. Which, I mean, I work from home tomorrow, so I could sleep in a little. Yeah. I need food. Don't have the months I need for food, though. Ah. Oh. As you enter Rabba's office, you hear voices. Is that Sabin? You push open the door. Sleeper, what good timing. Robin calls out as you enter. I wanted to introduce you to someone. The man standing at the center of the room, speaking quietly with Robin, he turns as you come in. Meet Yannick. Ugh. Sleeper. He nods. Been hearing good things from Robbie. He smiles an easy smile. Good to meet you. Likewise. Likewise. He waves a ringed hand. Now, Robbie, where were we? Actually, Rabba places a hand on your shoulder. The sleeper was what I wanted to talk to you about. She doesn't spare you a look. What is going on? Well, okay, then. Yannick tucks his hand into his pockets. Go on. I'd like to recommend them to your ward. A tiny pause. They have shown themselves to be a capable ally here on the spoke side, but we have more than enough to run our territories. I hear the main block is proving more difficult. Yannick leans forward slowly. It's a mess, Rabbi. He waits, his tinted glasses shimmering, despite the lack of light in the unit. I can use them, he suddenly decides. Robin smiles. Good to hear. I can immediately... Yannick cuts her off with a raised hand. 1 second. He steps one surprisingly light step closer to you. You eager to work, Sleeper? What kind of work? A question. Yannick lowers his head and raises it again as if he dropped something. Nothing new for you, he answers, not quite looking at you. You don't follow. What is he saying? That concludes it. Yannick pronounces. Sleeper can come work in the ward anytime they like. You shoot Robin a confused look. Robin finally glances at you for a moment, but is so fast you almost missed it. Good. I know you'll be happy with their work, Yan. Yannick reaches out and squeezes her shoulder. Sure, Robbie, he says. Now please, he turns to Phaedos. Let us old friends get back to it. He guides Robin away, leaving you standing alone. You look to Robin, but she's deep in conversation, and so, stunned and confused, you leave. Yeah, what the fuck? Oh. Oh, fuck. So... I have a limited amount of time to steal this data. Okay. Okay, so I don't have to do it right now. I have some wiggle room. Wait, I need money. Let me, sell this. Okay, I have enough to get some foobs. Where... I want to buy... I should be able to buy... I don't have enough for... Okay. That's fine. Let's pass the day. Excuse me. Ooh, condition. Oh, that's kind of funny. Like, I gained some, but also lost some. Okay, one more day for one more cycle, and we should be good. I should be able to do this before, like, setting off shit for, fuck. Okay, we're gonna get some food. We have the money. Okay, do one more. Please! Please! One more. Please, 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 please. Okay, we lost some condition, but that's okay. You almost laugh when you see it. The same small recorder stuck to a different wall this time. Written across with fluorescent tape is that familiar word, sleeper. You grab it quickly. Raba says sorry. Sabin's voice sparks up once again. She didn't have the time to brief you before setting you up with the old man. I'm sure you've got the play by now. Earned his trust, worked the block, then we need you to get into his office. A pause. It's risky, but obviously you're the only one of us he doesn't already know. Either way, we need to locate the link to SNR. You hear a shout in the background of the recording. Raba says to be careful. Sabin continues. The data suggests there's some relay, processing the implant data and sending it to SNR. But we can't lock down its position. Either he's moving it, or it's moving itself, or is rerouting through other relays. We can't understand it. Maybe you can find some details on it in his office. Once he trusts you, you should be able to get close enough to get in the office. You only get one shot. The recording creaks and whines. That's the final piece of the puzzle to end this. Good luck, Sleeper. I'm sorry too. Be safe. The recording clicks off, leaving you in silence. You pocket the recorder just in case and walk away. Looks like it's up to you. Oh. Well. Asked you to collect his medicine. You spot the counter measure on the drawer moments before you touch it. This has to be it, but you can't rush it. You look at the countermeasure on the drawer. It looks like some kind of shock trap. If you grab the drawer, you likely have thousands of volts running through your system right now. You wince. Once you find the anchor point, it comes away easily enough. You pry it from the drawer quickly and quietly, then listen for footsteps in the corridor outside. Nothing. All clear for now. You slide the drawer open, looking for other countermeasures that might be inside, expecting to see a chunk of tech, the relay. But as you slip it open, all you see is a handful of wires and an empty implant cradle. Is this some kind of mistake? You freeze for a moment, unsure what to do. Why keep an implant cradle so carefully guarded? You remember Yannick having an implant, a small plate on the back of his head, just above his ear. You assumed it was for hearing or vision. Those shimmering glasses of his come back to your memory, his strange movement, his speech. You look again at the cradle, and there it is printed on the frame. Proprietary technology, property of SNR. Raba said the relay moved, that they couldn't get a fix on it. What if Yannick was the relay? The thought hits you like a shock. Yannick, with a remote relay implanted in his head, networked to every single implanted enforcer in the low end. A shudder runs through you. Is he even in control? Or has S&ARP wormed its way into the man? Could he even be considered separate from the corporation itself? You think of your own legal status as proprietary technology. A puppet with cut strings. Time to cut Yannick's strings, then. You reach around inside the cradle and find it. A tiny bead of a transmitter, likely controlling the link to SNR. There it is. You pause for a moment, then you squeeze it. Snap it from the frame and it crumples, sparks, and dies. It takes a moment before the shouts come, before the scream. You're already on your way out, down the corridor, down towards the unit that serves as the lobby to Yannick's office. Then out onto the walkway where Yannick lies still. Enforcers gathered around him bemused. Approach. You push through the crowd, there he is, still crumpled. You arrange him a little, lie him down properly, feeling how thin his body is under his suit. You wonder how long he has been like this. A puppet for Estenor. Connection cut, nothing remains but his body. Which means that Yannick, the man, was gone a long time before now. You place a hand on his chest. You're sorry for him, but it's done now, and you did not kill this man. You've seen enough, the connection is cut, and whatever Yannick was or had become is gone. Your anger is a hard core in your chest, all of it focused on SNR. Well, refreed it. So, for that, we still have 2, 3, 4, exactly a day. Ah! It's gonna be cutting it close, I think. Maybe. Like, if I go ahead and... Do I, like, start the end? The data's been found. Okay, so maybe I have some time before events set off? Because I am gonna escape on the side rail. I've already kind of decided that. Oh, there's Castor. When you arrive at Lim and Mina's unit, Castor's already waiting outside. Leaning beside the door. Forgive me, Sleeper, but Celsius is already buzzing with news of the breach. I was expecting you. Will this work? Don't worry, the breach cannot be traced to the specific IDs I'm about to create. Castor reaches into the pocket and produces a sleek green and white hand terminal. The data, please. What is that? Something I acquired from Celsius while you were busy on that ship. Castor pushes up his glasses. I haven't been waiting for you the entire time. You hand over a drive with the data and Castor fishes around for a converter cable to hook it up. He slots it into the terminal, and after some whirling, a set of 2 transparent films marked with numeric sequences are produced. 2 tickets to an uncertain future. Castor smiles to himself. The child limb, of course. He pockets them. These are yours, but first, he holds out a white cube. Your side of the deal. What is it? Something to help us make use of you. He passes you the square and you rest it in your palm. A small, white, perfect cube. Suddenly, you feel a sharp pain and flinch. The cube jumps from your hand and rattles along the walkway. You look at Castor apologetically. Castor smiles. Not to worry. It has done its job. Now it is for you to do yours. You look down and see a tiny pinprick in the center of your palm. Nothing sinister. He puts the terminal away. This way we can keep track of you in the side reel. Whatever you need to do. Excellent. Castor hands you the transparent films and you see shimmering portraits of you and Lim flickering beneath the surface. Go. Give them the good news. And he reaches across and buzzes the unit. Lim slides open the door, half dressed in his gear. Sleeper, what brings you up here? Come in. He beckons you inside. You look to the side expecting to see Castor, but the wall is empty. The unit is cleaner, better organized than last time. Lim sits at the thin bar and gestures for you to sit. Meet us with some of the local kids. Someone has started doing lessons down the way. She seems to like it. What's up, Sleeper? Play for time. You look around the unit, you look at Lim. He looks better, softer, more full of life. It's as if a weight has been lifted from his shoulder. You think of Mina, a few units down, learning with other children. You falter. Is the sidereal horizon better than this? Lim starts to look a little nervous. You in trouble? Debt? I have Celsius IDs for us. You have... Lem freezes. How? He blinks rapidly as if to wipe you from his vision. Does that mean... Yeah? Lem stands up and paces around the unit. We have to pack, he starts laughing. Holy shit, we have to pack. He turns back to you smiling. How the hell did you swing this, Sleeper? A friend helped. Well, thank you, friend. You show him the ID films, he whistles at the portraits. Impressive stuff. He pats you on the shoulder. You should stay until Mina gets home. We can tell her together. Sure. Buzzer goes. That'll be her. Lem gets up and opens the door, and Mina, a bundle of energy and life, rushes into the room. Robot, she shouts. Lim picks her up. Mina, you won't believe what they brought us. You flash her the passes, and she looks confused. We're going away after all, Meanie. He lifts her up above her head on that big, beautiful ship. Mina screams and laughs. He puts Mina down, and she runs over to you and hugs your leg. I love you, robot, she says quietly, so only you can hear her. I love you too. A while later, when you leave, you don't even think to check for Castor by the door until it's too late. You stop and turn halfway down the walkway and there's nothing there. Even that little white cube is gone. So you keep walking. Back through the low end, deep in thought. Excited and scared all at once. Cool, so there's a little bit of time. That's good to hear. I guess all we can really do for now is, work? Oh, excuse me. The Garoli slides from the bottle into the lumpy recycled glass. A pale grassy yellow under the overlooks warm lights. The spacer nods and takes the drink, bringing it up to their face in both hands like an offering bowl. This is the good stuff. The stuff Tala says is aged in wooden casks stored in some closed-off part of the old station, among corroded wires and softly looping systems, though sometimes it's hard to tell if Tala's joking. Either way, you like pouring the stuff. It gets on your finger, and if you rum them together, you can smell the moss you drink, cut through with aniseed, mushrooms, wood as the alcohol vaporizes. You like those who order it too. The aged grill is kept beneath the bar, open to order only by those who know it's there, like the quiet spacer sitting at the bar right now. Let's people watch. They're far away enough that you can freely watch them as you close the bottle and tuck it beneath the bar. You call them a spacer because they bear the hallmarks: pale, vac-suited, bird-boned, and hunched beneath the weight of the station's spin gravity. But the closer you look, the less you see a type. Pale eyes, almost gray but kind. Delicate fingers that likely drum the bar as if it were an instrument. A shock of black hair, almost covering a forehead scar. Scars are something you've learned to value. They're what marks out your body from the hundreds, maybe thousands, who knows, of similar models that rolled out of SNR's biolab. You find yourself rubbing one on your forearm, a rough little split, something that on a good day you might think of as a mark of defiance. Suddenly you hear a heavy clunking at the door. It creaks open, and a huge cylindric metal tank tumbles through, slamming into the floor. Shit. Tala breezes in from behind it, a whirl of hair and bright eyes. Shit. Tala? Sleeper! She ducks behind the bar and comes over. Can you help me with this? You look at the huge metal tank suspiciously. I'm coming. You come over around the bar and get to one side of the tanker. Okay, says Tala. On my count. 1, 2, 3. You both heave the tanker up to standing somehow. You hold it in place, struggling to keep it steady. Where's this going? In the back, comes a voice from behind the tanker. Somehow you manage to lug the huge thing into the back room, where you place it in one corner, dwarfing the rest of the contents in the cramped space. As you do, you hear a crunch. You stand back and look at the expired rations oozing out from under the tanker. Oh shit. Tala looks at you apologetically. I know you like those. Good riddance. Tala smiles. Oh good. I thought maybe liking expired rations was some kind of sleeper thing. You push the crushed rations to one side. That's the end of it. Tala looks exhausted and rubs her shoulder. Francis, I swear to... Francis! I mentioned him already. My guy on the door. Deal with suppliers. Tall. He sighs. He was supposed to be back from Ente's up in the Greenway by now. Back with our Garoli. She leans against the tank. Seems like he got lost again or joined the Hyphen commune. We need that Garoli. There's 4 other bars near here. The spacers sure as hell don't come to the lookout. Goes through the open door to check if anyone can hear her. So... she knocks on the hollow tank. So I'm taking matters into my own hand. She smiles. Welcome, Sleeper, to the overlooked distillery. You look around the dank black back room. You must be joking. She gives you an unimpressed look. Where's your imagination? This will work. I might need some help, though, she shrugs. You up for it? She knocks on the tank again. Could be fun. Happy to help. Okay, she grabs you by the shoulders. I'm excited. She turns around and looks at the tank. I reckon we chop this thing in half. One half from fermentation, the other we turn into a still. We also need to gather the ingredients. She turns back than a gardener. Then a gatherer. She smiles. So how about you build the still and tub while I work on the rest? Oh wait, Sleeper, I have an idea. Tala's grinning now. And it's making you nervous. To make up for the rations, how about we put a kitchen in here too? A kitchen? Uh-huh. I always wanted to serve food. She turns back to the tank. This is gonna be great, she says to herself. You look at the dented tank in the bare room. At least she has a vision. Tala nudges you out the back room and closes the door. As you go back to the bar, you begin hearing the banging and thumping again. The spacer finishes their drink and nods in your direction as they leave. You can't quite tell if it's a gesture of sympathy or good luck. So much for a quiet shift. So, building the still. I don't know if I'll be able to, do that before side reel stuff. Let's end the cycle. Oh, I could have gotten more food, damn it. I probably should have. I'm gonna need to buy another... Where is it? Oh, excuse me. Wait. Where's... That's the tea house. Oh, shit. Can I not buy? Any more stabilizer? Damn it. Well, I guess that's that. Next cycle, I won't figure out what's happening. But I'll be able to buy scrap and heal myself up and stuff. Ads are gonna start soon. When the ads start, I'm gonna take a little break, because, like, I still really want to play this game. Bedtime be damned. Let's work on getting that thing done. Up here. Okay. Probably should have just done this one from the start. Nice, the still is built. Tala stands back from the newly finished still and tub, hands on hip. Look at this, she grins. The Outlook Distillery in all its glory. She squeezes you around the shoulders. Thank you. How's sourcing the ingredients? Tala smiles. I think I got most of it covered between the food factories on the low end and the farm stacks on the greenway. However, she pauses. There is an issue. Tell me. Well, out of 10, what would you... Oh, I would give this game a 10 out of 10. I Absolutely fucking love it. Like, I know it's not fully voice acted, which is like it would be nice if it was voice acted, but I I really love the concept of the story, the mechanics of the game, the art style, the music. It's and it seems like there's some replayability because you can create different types of characters, go through shit different ways, and there's multiple endings. Ah, thank you for the chase. Well, Growly the drink, as you probably guessed, his name after Growly the mushroom. That's what gives that golden color and earthy taste. The alcohol is infused with the mushrooms along with a mix of spice. That means you need Growly caps to make Growly, but no one wants to supply us. The distilleries on the Greenway are taking all the stock from the farms out there. So it's hard to get a single cap across the Founders Gap. However, I have an idea. She smiles. We can grow our own Growly caps here. She gestures at the increasingly equipment-filled back room. Are you sure? Totally sure. Tally puts a hand on the still. We made a still. We set all this up. How hard can growing mushrooms be? They don't need light, they barely need soil. We can do this, she pauses. Or at least we could if we had something to grow them from. Like spores? Exactly. Suddenly you feel, oh my god, all the chiz. Wait, did you break the redeem? Huh? Why is it not showing up? Oh, ads are supposed to be. Wait, did ads already happen? No, ads are gonna start soon. I need to take a break. aka I need to go pee. Exactly. And you're the perfect person to get me those spores. She nods rapidly. Think about it. You built the still, you're great with plants, you know the eye like the back of your hand. Need I go on? Are you flattering me? If it's working, then yes? She grins sheepishly. Look, I can't leave the bar, and the other people picking up shifts, she grimaces. I'm saying it has to be you. Okay. Wonderful. You'll look it over on the Greenway, I think. All that fresh air, open space. She sees your expression. Okay, I'm done. I'm done. She turns back to look at the still and the fledgling distillery forming around it. It really is something, though, isn't it? And want to or not, you really have to agree. Alright. I will be right back, y'all. Enjoy the ads. Good. I am back. Ah. I finished up my Dr. Pepper. I also got some chips. Hey. So we need to collect some spores. Oh. Fluffy! Howdy, howdy! How have you been? Slot Greenway Cipher. Cipher burns away as if it is slotted. The data sparkling like lit touch paper. What has been unlocked? Greenway roils beneath you like a slow choked river. What if what Navigator said was true, then no one has access these networks since the collapse. The Hunter and Killer protocols have never set foot here, never cleared out the intelligences and systems. I'm good. How are you doing? I'm doing pretty good. Getting really close to an ending of this game. Which I've been like playing on and off for a while, and like I haven't played this game in like multiple weeks. And I'm really happy to be playing it again because I absolutely love it. It's such a good game. The mechanics are fantastic. The music, the art style, the story. Like, whenever I have the months, I'm getting Citizen Sleeper 2. Gonna stream that eventually. Um, yeah. So why then, you wonder, does it look so dark? Is it that bit rot has set in, the entropy of systems reducing everything to shadows and lights? You watch as the slotted cipher fizzles in the one open, distorted gateway on this entire rim of the station. It flickers and winks out, and then you're falling into the flow. A river swirling darkness, you are spun by it, twisted by it, lost in it. It's not that the Greenway was hiding in darkness. It is made of darkness. It is now filled by this substance, this process, the swarm. Oh, excuse me. Now you are among it, you notice that a swarm is exactly what it is. A billion individuals moving in a flow. There's no network map here. No nodes and threads, only a storm of interchangeable points shifting configuration endlessly. Then you see them. A figure, turned away, the only bright spot in the dark river. You push closer through the storm. Oh, gorgeous! I don't think I posted, where is it? I just finished creating a 3-level labyrinth on Glow. Oh, that's so cool! But we got a new person, a new entity! Man, my internet is crapping the bed, isn't it? My frames just keep dropping. God damn it. Ah! They're facing away, at least you think so. They're so fractured, so overgrown, that it is hard to tell. Even from this distance, you can see their flesh is moving, flowing. You watch silent. As they stoop and reach down, in their hand is a dark shape, and with twisted fingers they press it down into the loom of data beneath it, pushing it through this trembling soil. Then they move away, go a little further, and repeat the process as if they were sowing a field. You push forward, but somehow, despite their slow and deliberate speed, they move faster and they quickly fade into the storm. You reach the point where they planted the object and look down. There it is, a glossy, shifty polygon with something inside. You reach down and pick it up. It is cold, but it thrums with energy. You look towards the path of the figure, but they're long gone. When you blink out of the cloud, back to the leaves and the dappled light of the greenway, you hold a seed in your hands. Oh shit. Gardener seed. A seed. You need to find somewhere safe to plant this gift. I don't know where that would be. All I know is I'm gonna collect spores. Nice, we got spores. My guess is I probably would have to clear out, the green. Okay, we just need one more sprout. Or spore. Well, we don't have any more actions we can do. I'm gonna guess nothing's really moved here. Yeah, we have 2 more cycles before the game. I'm guessing we get to an ending. But tomorrow, next cycle, we will get, to see progress. Ah. Robin. Even before you- oh. Ah, thank you, Dusty, for the hug. Also, why aren't you asleep yet? It's probably like hella late for you, huh? Even before you enter the office, you can hear the sound of Raba working the heavy bag. She's hammering it, the chain creaking as it shakes with each hit. She's been like this since... Sabin doesn't finish the sentence. They're sitting on a stool looking at the terminal in the corner, searching through the SNR data you paroled all those cycles ago. Is she okay? Just angry. We all are. But you have to remember, she knew Yannick for a long time. Sabin glances nervously at Raba. I was asleep, but I had to use the bathroom. Ah, okay, I see. What SNR did? Raba stops punching, and in the silence you can hear her breathing hard. Sabin looks over at her, and you sense something between them. You realize you hadn't seen them together since they tried to kill each other in this same unit. A lot has changed since then. They hooked him up like a puppet. Raba hits the bag. Rigged that thing in his head so they could control him. Push the old Yannick out. I don't know why he let them in. Robin throws a few more punches, but it's a lesson. Don't let them in. Another flurry. Yatta and Gon shouldn't deal with corporations, and we never will again, she spits. She comes away from the bag. At least Yannick's death has been treated as natural. There's a chance we come back from this that Yatta Gon can hold on, but there are opportunists trying to take control. Sabin turns to you. Yes, but now the connection has been broken. I've been looking at removing the trackers from the implants in Yatagun's enforcers. It's a significant job, but I think with time, I can do the surgeries. Rab Ian walks away from the bag towards the far side of the unit. Those surgeries will never happen if Yatagan collapses, she shouts back at Sabin. Clearly, this is a well-worn argument in this unit. Will Yatagan really collapse? I don't really think so, no. Robin doesn't either. They look over at her, at least not when she's calm. What I understand now is Yatagan can be something if we want it to be. Coming here from SNR, from the core worlds, all I saw was a gang. But with Yannick keeping me on a tight leash, they shudder. Robin believes, and I want that belief. They look unsure. I also want to be done with SNR, but I doubt they are done with me. They glance away, rubbing their shoulder. Are you and Rabba? Sabin fixes you with a look. Yes, Sleeper. Isn't that obvious? They smile. Oh my god, they're dating! Ah! I've been wanting to say, Sabin believes. Begins nervously. I'm sorry I didn't tell you where it came from. I know I apologized before, but I want to again. They pause. Properly. When I leaked that data on the sleeper program, it was to try to help people like you. They grit their teeth. But after all the cycles here, being pushed down, pushed around, trying to survive, all that got away from me. So when you turned up, they sighed, it shook me up. They ran a hand through their hair. But I ended up here, so... They look at Rabba. Oh, of course. They reach into a pocket and take out a handful of vials. These are the last of the case. You can have them. They drop them into your hands. After these last few, I don't know what we can do. With the SNR connection broken, they look down. But I know there are other ways. Repairs, other pharmaceuticals. I even heard there are some labs out on the Greenway. Perhaps they can help? They meet your eye. I'm sorry I can't do more. Thank you for everything. They look away, their eyes bright with tears. Oh my god. Rabba crosses back to you both and sits beside Sabin. They look at each other and you can't help but smile at the idea of them together. Oh my god. I'm tearing up a little. Not gonna lie. Like, whew. Alright, I'll drink water. And big stretch. Thank you, rehab. What are you two plotting? Rava grins. Sabin laughs and the sound is a welcome one. You watch the two of them teasing each other and smile. Later when you leave, you take that handful of vials out your pocket and look at them. You can feel that core of anger deep down inside and you don't know if it will ever leave. But SNR doesn't own you anymore. They can't, because this place, these people, own you. They're what makes you get up every cycle. They're what keeps you breathing. You put the vials away and walk through the low end, your senses tuned to every sight, every smell, every sound, soaking it all in, living. Aw, man. I absolutely love the story of this game. It is just so good. Oh, excuse me. Let's get some more spores. Nice. And then maybe we can clear this out. Germinate spores. Farm stacks. Oh, we might not be able to, plant the seed we got. That's a little sad. But at least we can get this going before we leave. They're so cute! Oh. We're not gonna see the end of this, story. What do I want to do? Because I'm pretty sure there's really only one cycle left. Yeah. I guess we could work a bar shift? Kinda as like a goodbye. We're gonna feed a stray cat. Oh. Alright. Make your decision at the dock. Well, we know we're gonna go. So let's go with the full tummy. Huh. There's a crowd, but you spot Lim and Mina immediately as you enter the dock. They're waiting at the cordon where Celsius security are checking the crew in to board the ship. Those that manage to get up to the hub are crowded near the entrance, but even they know their chance of getting on board has long gone. Lim! Lim spots you among the crowd. Sleeper, we're here! They're standing beside a bag which looks to carry all the possessions they have. Is it small enough to be carried in one hand? It is small enough to be carried in one hand. Hi, Mina! Mina's vibrating with excitement. She seems strangely at home in microgravity, but then you remember that she spent her whole life in space. Hi, Robot! You hand over this, Celsius ID film to Lim, keeping your own. He turns it back and forth in the light. Where did your friend even get this picture, Sleeper? Looks like my old Conway ID. You look, and a shimmering younger Lim stares out of the film, harder and clean-cut. I spoke to a guard here. He nods to the white and green clad officer, security officer. They'll be doing orientation and role assignment on board. Sounds like we're gonna be working under the core crew, kinda like an intern. He laughs. What do you think, Meanie? Am I too old to be an intern? You follow Lem's lead, you inspect your ID. As you lift the film to the light, you see something strange, something that makes you flinch. The face printed in the film is one you recognize immediately. But it is not you. At least, it's not how you look now. You squint at this ghost, confused why you hadn't noticed earlier. It is a picture you remember being taken, a memory you didn't know you had. You remember signing the forms, the walk to the sleeper tanks, the cold metal floor. You remember the S&ARP employee who helped you in, her smile clean and surgical. You freeze in place, thinking of the you that still sleeps in an S&ARP facility. They won't wake until you're recovered and disposed of. And now you are leaving. Will they ever wake up? Sleeper? Lim interrupts your thoughts. These guys want us to board. You stare at him without thinking, then notice the guard gesturing to you both to come forward. You all kick off and float over to them, steadying yourself on the guardrail. You hang back, letting Lim present his ID film first. The guard slides it across a white machine, much like the one Caster printed them from. You reflectively rub the puncture mark on your hand, even though there's no trace of it now. It seems to be your destiny to be someone else's tool. Lim and Mina are waved through, the guard waiting, smiling at her excited face. Lim turns back to check you are coming. The guard beacons you closer. Bored. You shake off your doubts and hand over your ID film. The guard barely looks at it as they pass it through the scanner and wave you through. A new life built from old things. You okay? Lim asks, concerned as you catch up with them. You were so slow, robot. Mina teases, grabbing at you with small hands. Just making sure. Lin nods and you realize how much harder it must have been for him to cross that threshold. Mina struggles in his arms, trying to get to you. Lin relents, struggling with both the bag and his daughter. Mina tumbles through the microgravity and grabs onto your clothes for purchase. Pulling herself into your arms, you all proceed up the walkway, the entrance to the docking bridge yawning wide and above you. Are we family, robot? Mina asks as you move, taking you by surprise. Oh my god. I guess so. Mina smiles and presses her hand against your chest, pleased by your answer. You keep moving, up to the docking bridge, then along that thin glass-walled connector. All the time, Mina clutching onto you. The lack of gravity means you can't feel her weight, only the grip of her small hands on your clothes. You both stare wide-eyed at the vast hall of a sidereal horizon, and try to think of this huge machine as a home. Later, when you settle in your bunk after Mina's finished running back and forth between you and Lim with an endless and infectious excitement, you find yourself looking at your ID film once more. Somehow, since the last time you looked at it, the image seemed to have changed. It is still a picture of the old you, the person that signed up to have their consciousness copied and placed into the ownership of S&ARP, but something else has crept on into the image, an underlining sense of self-identification. This is also a picture of you now. The you that survived the AI, that made friends here, that found a way out, that escaped against all odds. The other you might never wake up. They might never live again. But so be it. They consigned you to a doomed life for their own gain. Their life is yours now. You'll live it better than they ever could. You lie back on your bunk as the thrust of the side reel's vast entrance kick in. This feeling, this rumble, will be your constant companion for the next decades. It'll be there when you work, when you watch Mina grow, when you dream of the planet at the end of the journey. It will stay with you when your body starts to fail. Despite the best attempts of Lim and Mina, as the years stack up and it exceeds its safe operating period by a decade, it will be the thing you wake up to in those rare moments of consciousness, between which Mina will keep you in a frozen states, in the hopes of preserving you until your destination is reached. It'll be there when Mina wakes you, tears in her eyes, to tell you of Lim's inevitable death. And it will not relent, despite your desire for a moment of silence. It will be the final thing you hear as Mina shuts down all but the most vital of your functions and hopes beyond hopes you make it to your final destination, all the while doubting that you will. But for now, in this moment of departure, it is still a new sound, a new feeling, and because of this, it is filled with the promise of the future. And so, you settle back onto your bunk and close your eyes. And in moments, you're sleeping a perfect dreamless sleep, the most peaceful you can ever remember. Well, we finished the game. God damn. I don't know why, but I have been hit with like just such a strong urge to cry, cause like this game, oh, that ending. I guess they leave it open for kind of some interpretation, cause it's like, you know, you're gonna die in the end. The body of the sleeper can only last so long. The body of a human can only last so long. Thanks, Rehab. I know this is just one of possibly many endings, because there's content I hadn't even explored yet. Like with the one ship. But we did it. We finished the game. Damn. Run it back. Oh, man. Oh. I'm really glad to have experienced this game. It was such a lovely experience. I am going to highly recommend this game if you enjoy, I don't know, story. Like, it's just so good. I'm really curious to see how... Did it miss? I'm really curious to see how the second one will be. Because, like, it's set in the same universe, I believe. Yeah, goddamn. Well... Game finished. I'm definitely gonna play this again on my own time. But I think the next visual novel we're gonna play is called Meta Horror Therapy Session. Which, like, the dev I reached out to the dev because like they posted on Blue Sky. They're like, hey, if you make content and you'd be interested in playing this game, hit me up and I can send you a free key to the game, which I got. And playing games off stream's illegal, though. You'll go to streamer jail. Well, no. Playing games I planned on playing on stream. Once you're finished with it, you can play it off stream. Wow. um, yeah, so that'll be the next visual novel we get to. Tomorrow we're gonna play Shipwreck 64. Hopefully, I can get to the end of the game. That is, you should just never stop. Yeah, I'll do like constant 24-hour streams. Um, I'll sleep in my chair. So I'll always be streaming. I'll quit my job. Um, yeah, and just stream. Oh, but yeah, no, like trying to year of watch time. Yeah, yeah, no, don't worry. Like I don't know if I can make it a job to stream just because of like finances and shit. But like I hope to eventually just be able to do this constantly. I really enjoy playing video games and hanging out with people and meeting new people. Um Stream at my job? Oh my god, I would be silent though, because I would be so afraid of like saying anything. I wouldn't be able to have a mic because there's other people in cubes nearby that's like saying confidential shit. So I would literally get in trouble if I had a mic on at work. Um, yeah. But yeah, so tomorrow I'm gonna be streaming Shipwreck 64, and then Saturday, Sunday, just whisper and crank the my teammates will be like, "Bro, why do you whisper to yourself?" And I'll just be like, "Oh, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it." Yeah, and then I know Path of Exile 2's having a free weekend this week. This a free weekend. And I also have off on Monday. So I'm probably gonna stream some Path of Exile 2. Because there's also gonna be Twitch drops for that. And I really like the game. I just haven't played it a whole lot. I haven't played it as much as I wanted to play it. So streaming it gives me a reason to play it. uh yeah, so that is the planned streams. When they will happen exactly, I don't have like an exact time at all. Um, yeah. Okay, let's see who we want to raid. Oh, Sasa's still streaming. Oh, excuse me. Okay, we're gonna go raid Sauce. Should raid someone streaming. Yeah. Wait, did it not? Did it not do? Uh? Wait, is Sauce not streaming anymore? Aha, there we go. Okay. I was just like, I can't do the thing. Thank you guys so much for hanging out, watching me finish the game. I hope you guys have an awesome day, awesome night. Um, and I'll see you again tomorrow for some spooky game. Yay! I need to make sure I have his stream. Oh wait, I have his stream opened. Hanging out, be chill. Yeah, yeah, cause like, yeah. Okay, fuck. Wait, why are you saying fuck? Do you have plans for tomorrow? Oh no! Well, I could always stream it on Saturday instead. Cause like I'd want you to be there for me finishing the game, because that is my whole goal of the next stream for Shipwreck, is to finish the game. So like I would be more than happy to do it on Saturday instead. I don't think I'm gonna go to the Comic Fest thing. My joints have been real achy. Yeah, okay, bye guys. Bye. Say hi to Sauce.